So that's what I'm going to speak to you about your trip to India. You were here and you spoke with top military brass and you spoke with members of the Indian bureaucracy, external affairs ministry, bureaucrats. And you wrote on X, and I'm quoting you, the operation, which is Operation Sindoor, demonstrated India's shift from a reactive posture to a proactive, precision-oriented doctrine. Do you see India's national security doctrine reshaping post-Operation Sindoor?
Absolutely. And it's still evolving. I know the Prime Minister was just on a multi-country trip. Communicating a strategic doctrine is as important as implementing it. As we talk in military terms of red lines and things, and clearly India demonstrated that with action. But the words matter, the cultural aspect, so it's understood, and that's why it was important to talk to active military, former military, think tanks, media. I can absolutely clearly see a change in India's strategic doctrine that will really change the entire region, in my opinion.
You write, and I quote, the conversations I had covered a wide range of subjects: air power, deterrence, counterterrorism, information warfare, supply chain security, semiconductors, and the future of space and cyber operations. But across all of them was a consistent theme: India's preparing for the next war while working to protect the peace it is building at home. Where and when do you see the next war happening?
So, as somebody who studies war for a living and been doing it for a long time, is that war is always uncertain, political, human. You can't predict the triggering moment of the next war, right? You can definitely identify the underlying current or the underlying issues that persist, and that includes within yourself. So this was the underlying conditions within India, which is a pattern of response to cross-border terrorism, led to a formation of a doctrine that an enemy takes advantage of. Nobody can predict the future, but one of the ways you prevent future wars is this preparation and change and being on the ground. This was why studying Operation Sindoor wasn't just about the 4 days. It was what was happening the decade before, the 5 years before, from making India to the Indian military transformations and preparations, the small business innovations that are going on with the technologies, so many elements that were preventing and leading to being prepared for a war. I can't tell you when the next one is because the enemy always gets a vote. I can tell you that India is more prepared. And from what I'm hearing on the ground is that they're not resting on what they just did. And it was that was in a path that the priority is development to strengthen the nation as a whole, while you also strengthen your deterrence, your red lines, your capabilities. So you do have military overmatch, which is deterrence. I hope there's not another war. I know as a student of war as well is that only the dead have seen the end of war, and there are many actors in the region who are trying to fulfill their strategy for the next war. So you prepare, you deter, and you continue to evolve like India is doing.
Do subscribe to the ANI Clips channel to get shorter versions of this podcast. Click here to watch the full episode.